Let's talk about headphone setups. What I've got, what you've got, what some other people have, and what I recommend. Let's get into it. I'm DMS, you're watching The Headphone Show, and headphone setups can come in a variety of shapes and sizes. Some are huge, some are expensive, some are cheap, but a lot of them are really, really good. I asked you guys on Twitter to show me some of your setups, but I also got some other friends like Josh Valor to show me his setup. And don't worry, like I said, at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about what I use and some of the things I recommend. Now, this is from my patron chat. One of the first things I notice here is the shit stack with the Lokius, which is an analog EQ system. You can use those individual knobs to change certain frequencies, so you don't have to use software EQ. That's kind of cool. We've got some Bayers here. They look like 880s and a T50 mod that looks like maybe a strap from Mod House Audio. So that is a huge monitor. I always loved those old T50 mods. I thought they were really fun at the time. This I dig. I think those are either some Porta Pro or KSC 75s that are modded with a headband on them. I see some AirPods Pro 2, JBL 4312s, a Little Dot Mark II, little tube amp, the Rebel amp, the Socris 1310, I believe, is that R2R DAC, some Sennheisers, maybe a 660S2, one of those. Nice looking keyboard. Can't see what DAC that is right there. Nice looking keycaps on that keyboard. I see what I believe is a Logitech Superlight over there and a Focusrite interface. This is a dope setup. I really like that DAC. I also really love the speakers. I really love that. I honestly kind of love everything. This is super well rounded. Looks like some ZMF Bokehs. One of the new Mac Minis. Those are super tiny. Next to that, the JDS Atom Stack, which is like JDS Atom Stack is the GOAT. Like, let's be honest. Anybody can buy an Atom Stack and be happy. It's just insanely good, especially at its price. Some small Genelec. I don't know what model these are. Maybe the G1s or maybe the new version that replaced the G1s, but either way, I like these quite a bit. I also like the mat underneath the keyboard here. It's a nice looking space. Aeon Open X and the Moondrop Disc Dream. I think that's the Disc Dream 2. I have the OG Disc Dream at home and I really love it. That is a nice, warm, cozy sounding open back planar. It's probably a sweet combo. That's a lot. That's definitely worth more than my car in just amps. So much stuff from Shit Audio. Oh my god. Have you bought everything that they've come out with? That's kind of impressive. I mean, it looks really good. Golly, I could just dig through this image all day. Oh, you got the Shit turntable too. You literally have like everything that Shit makes. Tons and tons of records. What kind of headphones do we have in here? I can't see on the far end, but I see some Sennheisers. Focal Clear MG, Focal, I said a Utopia 1? Maybe? HE6SE, Sundara, Aria, Audio-Technica Apos Refine, the OWN headphone, is that an HE1000 maybe? A Susvara? So hard to see. That's a lot of stuff. And oh gosh, you got some Martin Logans too. And is that an SVS, maybe an SB3000? It looks like? Yeah, that's a nice setup. This guy said not really hi-fi, but I've been rocking these. That is absolutely hi-fi, my dude. Realistically, there's polar opposite of the spectrum. This is a way more affordable setup, but like, that's kind of all you need. The KSC 75 are great. Nice little unit to power them. Like all the other stuff, it's nice. It's fun. You can get to really high levels with it, but like this is still totally a hi-fi setup. Before we keep going though, you know where you can get a sweet headphone setup? From headphones.com, the best place to buy audio gear on the internet. They have 365-day returns, super fast shipping, and amazing customer support. You can check them out, the link in the video description, because they make these videos possible. Okay, what do we have here? Topping set up over a shit DAC, and we've got, I think that's K7XX maybe? A T50 mod. I'm not sure which one, but it's T50 mod. It's got the right angle connector that you normally see with like Argon or something like that, but not the same pads. Then on the wall, oh my gosh, we've got DT770, 990, 880. Those are probably SR60s, I think. SR80s, maybe some 8500 or 700s. Sundara. Oh, a couple more T50 mods. Those look like maybe the old Mr. Speakers ones you could 3D print. I think some electrostatic headphones, some 6XOs, I think that's a 6XX, and another either 80, 500, 700, or 1000. Is that an old school keyboard under that? Oh, we love the old school Dell keyboard. This guy says, I don't have the best amps, but it sounds all right for the time being. Let's see what you got. I actually can't tell what amp that is down there. Is that okay, I see a Fosse. I can't tell. Is that it? That's either a 900 Pro X or a 700 Pro X. And then a desk mic there. Truth be told, you don't need a crazy amp. You could be fine with an Atom, you could be fine. Realistically, a lot of people were fine with an O2. You don't need a crazy amp. I see some coaxial speakers there, and actually one thing that I overlooked on this setup that's really cool, the ergo. Look at the ergo on this setup. Got that split keyboard, he's got the ball mouse, and I'm fairly certain, I could be wrong, but is that an eGPU over there or is that a full desktop? It's so hard to tell if that's an eGPU or a full desktop. I think it's a full desktop because I think I see Lee and Lee on the side of the case right there. Yeah, that's a desktop. And then he's got, what is that? Radeon RX 6800. I see the box down there in the bottom corner. That's a great GPU. And then the OG Destiny concept art. You may have missed that on his wall behind him. I really like that. No caption here. Let's see, oh, some Dyne Audio monitors. That is a big DAC. I like the diffusion behind his iMac back there. That's nice and clean. Little orange right there. You don't want to get scurvy. Oh, and here it is with like the desk cleaned off and the lighting running and all that. Ooh, big sub down there too. That Cambridge takes up a good chunk of the desk, but it looks like you have a lot of desk to spare. This is a nice looking room. I don't see any headphones, but like you're in a treated room listening to speakers. I bet this sounds great. Oh, and it's this one. He's got the chair on wheels so he can like roll it around and apparently gets it to like the perfect height for listening to these speakers. Love the dedication. If you're gonna do speakers, do them right. And he did them right. All right, this is cool. The desk mat, the mouse, and the keyboard are all kind of color coordinated together. See an Ananda? I think it's a HiFi Ananda. It's the headband on top of it, looks like it. I see a shit deck and a Singzer, I believe that's a Singzer SA1 amplifier. Got some Grado Hemps over here on the side next to Goku. Looks like those have the G-Cush pads on them. I love the 8-bit Do gamepad. They make some really great stuff. I've got their 2C controller and love it. And then we've got an LCD of some kind. I'm not 100% positive which LCD that is. It's either an LCD 2C or an LCD X, and it's got a aftermarket pad added on top for the suspension strap, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna guess that's a 2C. Man Cave. Oh, this is a video. I can't play the audio in this because it's copyright, but I love the setup on the side there where you have like your rack with your speaker amp and all that stuff, record player on top, two different sets of speakers, one for the TV, one for your records. That's kind of cool. And then these little end tables that are full of records. That's nice. That looks like a pretty big sized room. I bet that sounds good in there. Desk setup. What do we have here? Reasonably sized speakers for your desk. I love the way that this Loxg DAC amp is like tucked right in there above the PC case. That's nice. Fits nicely in that little cubby. We've got an IFI Zen stack maybe, and then a Chord Mojo on top. We love the Chord Mojo. Meze 105 AER and the beauty. Sweet, sweet listening bliss Mod House Tungsten. Heavy as sin, but God, those headphones sound incredible. Got a little dual stand over there on the side. That's probably wise because you got a couple of headphones laying around. I love the color on these tungstens too. It matches your keyboard setup, your wallpaper, all of that. This one sure is fancy. We've got Genelec monitors, the OWN S9C over there. That's pretty sweet. DAC amp setup. The Abyss Joel. I actually tried that one recently. It's a pretty cool departure from the rest of the Diana series. I actually really like how some of it's built. Keychron Q1HE, really, really hefty wireless keyboard. That's super, super nice. That has Hall effect switches in it too. Superlight 2 mouse. This is Joshua Valor's setup, isn't it? Yeah, that's Joshua Valor's setup. It's super clean. It's what he does. I love those white Genelec G1s. I kind of feel like they could use a sub, but he's also got SVS Ultra Towers, so like he's covered in terms of bass. It's super, super clean. Now I guess we got to talk about my setup. At the office here, I'm using the 11 Audio KDAC, just because I love R2R, and a shit Asgard 3, funny enough. I also have an Atom stack here. It's not currently plugged up, it's sitting over in a drawer. Atom stack is usually my go-to, but I wanted to mix it up and try something else, and again, I just love R2R DACs. I was using the Questyle M15 and my unit finally broke. Which kills me. I gotta buy a new one. And believe me, I probably will. At home, things are a little bit simpler, but some of this you guys might have strong feelings on. Here's my home setup. That's an Alienware PC case, but I've replaced the parts in it with some other things. Still rocking my 6700 XT that I got back when those launched. Don't plan to upgrade it anytime soon. My DAC amp setup at home is actually just this interface. It's the SSL Solid State Logic 2. Now they have a 2 Plus and some others, which a few things have changed there, but I'm just using the SSL2. I love this thing. All analog controls, doesn't need any software, anything like that. Just a driver and that's it. It's really easy to control my headphone volume, my speaker volume, control the mix to how much I'm actually like hearing myself, and it's plenty of power for things like an LCD or a Dan Clark Audio E3, any of my closed backs, any of that stuff. It just drives them fine. Makes my setup very, very simple. But something else you'll notice, there's not any big speakers on my desk, and usually I am using speakers on my desk at home, but I want to try something else, and it's this little sound bar under my monitor. Now, I'm not really using this setup for listening to music. I just use it for like podcasts and things like that. Because whenever I'm playing games or listening to music, I usually have headphones on or I'm playing with surround sound on my couch. But this is a little soundbar. It's literally just called Bose TV speaker. I got it at like a used electronics outlet. And for podcasts or YouTube videos, or if I'm just like, eating lunch one day and just want to watch a quick video, it's honestly pretty decent. I just control the volume of that over on the side with my little interface, and that's it. Now, I wouldn't necessarily call that like a HiFi setup or anything like that. I would take any set of speakers over that at a desk any day for listening to music, but for just YouTube videos and stuff like that, not taking up much space, I've really enjoyed the little thing. So, setup recommendations. Here's what I got. Now, headphones, that one's going to be, 90% of the videos on this channel, so I'm going to talk about the rest. As far as DAC amp setups go, I love the JDS Atom Stack. That's always been a great go-to, especially on a budget. If you want tubes instead, I love the Little Dot Mark II. That's a great budget tube amp. Those things have been going strong for years and years and years. If you're going higher up than that though, I've got some more options for you. I think that the Woo Audio WA7, that thing is a beautiful all-in-one. You just want to have like something you plug up a USB and power to, and you have a headphone out, and that's it. Ultra simple and clean. That's about as clean looking as it gets. You need to still get some of that tube flavor. It is pricey, but it's really nice. But my favorite tube amps are probably the ones from Felix Audio. I really love the Echo. I know that's like technically their cheapest one, which is still kind of an expensive amp. It's like $1,000, but I love the Echo. The build quality of the Felix stuff is just out of this world, and the guys that make it are really nice. If you're going solid state and want something a little more beefy than an Atom, you could always get like an A90 from Topping, something from Ferrum, or if you're feeling really wild, maybe something from Benchmark. And then on the portable front, it's just two things for me. Quest Style M15 little dongle, fantastic, or the Cord Mojo 2. Love both of those. I would love to do another video like this. If you guys want to do something else like this where we're talking about setups, you should tweet your setups at the Headphone Show, or post them on our forum at the link in video description. I'll check them out. Maybe we'll do another video going over everyone's setups. I think it's pretty fun, right? So do one of those things and you might see your setup in a future video. So I think that's gonna wrap this video up, guys. If you liked it, leave a like down below. Comment, let me know what you want to see in the future. If you want to get active in the community, you can have the Discord or the forum, both available at the link in the video description. As always, don't forget to stick around, subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Till next one, guys. Peace.